Good morning, my friends. I've got to stop saying that. I do them later in the day now, so it's actually good afternoon, my friends. I am grabbing a few oils right now. I'm throwing on some basil. Basil is absolutely delightful. It is spicy. It is energizing. It is waking you up. It is popping all those thoughts. That is my beautiful basil. I am so excited to chat with everyone today because we are talking all about getting that energy back in your life, getting to sleep and waking up awake and alert. So this one is clarity. I think you guys see me use this one probably every time we get together and chit chat. Clarity is just one of those oils that it helps you to remember. It clears all that fog and confusion that we get when we're doing 1,000 different things. That helps you to be able to focus. One of my favorite things about it is if in the evening I've got all kinds of stuff happening and I'm doing all the things and I want to get stuff finished, I can use clarity even right before bed while I'm finishing up whatever, and it will give me that clarity I need, but I'm still able to go right to sleep afterwards. We've got some of our oils that when you use them, it wakes you up for a bit, and I don't want to be woke up at 9 o'clock when I'm finishing something. I want to be getting quiet, getting in that quiet place. Woohoo! Hey, Mary Beth. Wonderful. I was just waiting to make sure I was not alone because that's happened too many times. So, basil, clarity, those are the two that I just put on. Let me know which oils you are using, and let me know if you are brand new. You were sent here because somebody shared this link with you. Let me know. Say just new, and that way I kind of know how to gear the conversation. If you've been in Young Living for a while, then just say, old school, so that I know that you've been in for a minute. And if you're on because you really want information about sleep, tell me that too. Give me the word sleep so I know that you are all about the sleep. If you're here because you want the energy, because isn't that the reason we want the good sleep? I want to see the word energy. So I want to know what it is you're looking for. We are going to cover all of those things, and theoretically, I'm going to get this done in about 30 minutes because I know how priceless your time is. But there's so much to cover, friends. This is one of those topics. Listen, sleep is so important. You always hear me talking about making sure you're getting enough water and hydration, and that has a role in you feeling sleepy and not being able to sleep. Making sure you're hydrated because it's so important. You always hear me talking about getting outside and the importance of it, but sleep is one of those key pillars. It's one of those things that keeps our brain functioning. Just having 90 minutes less of sleep. So 90 minutes less of sleep, your clarity is off. Your ability to drive in high functioning decreases. Like if you had a couple drinks of alcohol, that's just 90 minutes of lack of sleep. Having that chronic lack of sleep, so 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 90 minutes, you're just not getting that deep sleep or staying asleep. That can lead to things like heart failure and high blood pressure and anxiety and stress. And that's just sleep because it's such an important pillar in our life. So today I want to talk about how do we change that? Because we just had daylight savings. How many of you guys, daylight savings, you love it? Daylight savings, you hate it? Daylight savings, you don't care? Let me know where you stand on that, because people have definitely strong opinions of it. And the concept behind it is when we fall back in the fall, then we have a little bit more sunlight in the morning, so it helps to wake us up. And the reason why is our circadian rhythm is so important. So the reason behind it, we're going to talk about circadian rhythm. I understand whether it's still feasible in today's society. Different question, because we work completely different than they did back in the olden days, right? So anyway, our circadian rhythm controls everything. And when we wake up, first thing in the morning, one of the best things that you can do for you is to get outside. I know I live in the north, I live in Michigan, so it's already cold. It's like 40 degrees today, and it's just going to keep getting colder, right, for the next few months. But getting outside for even 5 to 10 minutes, the light goes in. There's all different UV rays. So we know UVA, UVB, but there's different rays, and all of those rays hit our eyes, and they go in and they actually affect our pituitary. And our pituitary gland, which they used to call the third eye, actually takes in that sunlight with all kinds of information. does all kinds of things in your body that I'm not going to talk about, but I am going to tell you this is what sets our clock. This is what tells our brain it is time to get going. We've got stuff to do. This is what gets that little increase of cortisol so we can go do all the things it's supposed to happen. And when it happens early in the morning, our circadian rhythm says, oh, 12 hours later, we're supposed to start getting sleepy. And it will, the same receptors that it uses for cortisol, our stress hormone, our wake up hormone, is the same receptor our body uses for melatonin. Melatonin, pituitary gland kicks it out and it says, oh, it's time to calm down. And it gets us in a quiet state of wakefulness. And it starts right around 8 p.m. depending on where you live. It starts right around 8 p.m. and it gets in there and it starts telling us, okay, it's time to start relaxing, so that when we're ready to go to sleep, another boost of melatonin is kicked out and our brain can get quiet and it can go into rest and repair. So part of what melatonin does, we have this ability to clean and cleanse our brain, our lymphatic system, and melatonin helps kick in so that it's able to start cleaning that. So when we're sleeping, all of your organs, every single one of them, your brain, your liver, your whole thing gets cleaned when we're resting and refreshing. They also don't really understand the science behind the fact that all of your memories that you had for the day, when we sleep, get stored. So they get filed away. So when we need that information, we can retrieve it. That's what's supposed to happen. The problem is most of us aren't getting that natural melatonin we're supposed to have because our system is out of whack. So our circadian rhythm is messed up because we didn't get that sunlight first thing in the morning, and then we still have the blue lights, which is the rays that we should be getting from the sun, happening until 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're getting that from things like our cell phones and our computers and even the way TVs are made now. And those blue lights go in and they tell our pituitary it's still time to be awake. So instead of kicking out melatonin, our pituitary says, oh, I got something wrong. I don't know what's happening. And it actually sends a message for more cortisol. So we have a little boost of energy so we can stay up and do the things because it was kicking out melatonin too soon. So it's about learning how to work with our system. So you wake up in the morning. As soon as you wake up, go outside, even just for a minute or two, and look at the sun. I know some of you guys wake up before the sun is even out with the time change. But even if in the afternoon you can get outside for 3 to 10 minutes so that your little pituitary knows, oh, it's daylight. So then when the lights start changing, because when the sun goes down, it's orange and yellows that we see, right? Those orange colors. And that tells our brain it's time. You can also do something with your phone. So first of all, when you see me, I am never holding my phone. I use my phone and I put my phone, and you've seen me have to reach for it just now. It's always as far away from me as I can get it and still reach it. So it has something called electrical magnetic frequency, and that is messing with us. I actually have different bracelets that I use that helps to block some of those EMFs. My computer is not near me. I don't touch it. I actually use a keyboard, and my computer is more than arm's width away because I'm not touching it right now. My computer is actually on a shelf in front of me on a shelf so that when I'm looking at my screen, I'm looking straight ahead. Why do you think that matters? Did you know that when you are looking at your phone and you're tipping down, so my head, when I'm sitting up, like I've got a book on my head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. That's the pressure that it's putting on the spine. But for every degree forward that you tip your head, the average person on their cell phone is tipping at a 45-degree angle. That changes the weight and the stress of your head on your body, the energy stress. It makes the head more like 49 pounds at a 45 degree. So some tiny tweaks that you can do. Make sure your computer is away from you. Make sure that if you're on a computer, separate yourself from it. These things, this costs like $10, $20 maybe at Walmart or Amazon or wherever you want to get one, so that it's further away from me. It has more electrical energy than the keyboard does. So I use that, and I use the good old-fashioned mouse. That's what I use. If I'm on my phone, I use it and then I remove it. I don't keep it on my body. I, for the love of Pete, never keep it in my shirt. I don't keep it in my pocket. I don't keep it in a little belt. I set it down away from me. It's usually in a purse, or if I'm at lunch with you, it will be on the table, in the middle of the table, because I don't even want it right next to me for a couple reasons. One, I don't want it to interrupt us. You and I are having dinner. I can give you you my full attention when my phone is upside down and not being used. But those are some little things. The other things you can do that are really going to help. Remember the light that I said? So your computer is kicking off those bright lights. So there's lots of different apps that you can get that are called blue light blocking. So look for a blue light blocking app, and you can put it on your phone, you can put it on your computer, you can do the same thing for your kids, you can put it on your pads, you can put it on anything. And what will happen is at a certain time of the day, it will kick in and it will dim all of those bright white and blue lights, because those blue lights speak to my pineal. I need those to get turned off a couple of hours before bed. Otherwise, no matter how much melatonin my body makes, it can't be absorbed. It can't get in there, and it can't tell me it's time to quiet down. And here's what happens. Melatonin takes several hours once it has kicked out to be used and absorbed. Think it's like a little sponge, and it has to be absorbed in. And while it's doing its thing, it takes a while. So cortisol uses the same receptor. Cortisol is the one that wakes us up. It gives us that little bit of energy. We've got stuff to do. There's an emergency in the land. I have to do the things. Because it takes a few hours to be used up as well, just like a sponge, what happens is we're staying up later. Our body kicks out that little boost of cortisol. We're like, oh, I got to get to bed. I'm so sleepy. It's I got to get up in 7 hours, 8 hours. And you lay down and you can't go to sleep. I'm still awake. Why am I still awake? I can't go to sleep. And it's because that cortisol is in there doing what it's designed to do. It just got kicked out at the wrong time. So by blocking those lights, your pineal will start kicking out that melatonin a little earlier. It will tell everything else to settle down, including cortisol production. And then your body can use up the last of its cortisol. Melatonin goes in, starts around 8, kicks in really good between 10 and 11. This is why you're up till 11 o'clock, and then you're like, I really got to go to bed, but I'm going to do, and you do that one last thing, and suddenly you're wide awake. You lay down and you're like, I don't know, I'm not tired. I should be tired. I really should be. It's because that cortisol kicked in. Just try that. The blue light. I also have shades that I wear. I should have brought them in with me. They're really big. They go over my glasses, and they're my blue light blocking shades, and they just dim everything. The other thing we do is in the evenings, around 8-ish, we flip off all of our overhead lights. So any ceiling lights we have, all that stuff, when we just have the sense, so we're not sitting in the dark with candles. We do have lights on, but it's just smaller lights. It's dimming, that just like if we lived out in the boonies, if we lived outside, we would be controlled by the night and day. So we try to work with that. So it kicks in. My daughter, we got her an alarm that starts waking up about an hour before she needs to wake up, and it starts getting brighter and brighter and brighter, so it lightens the room just like if the sun were coming up. So those little things, I know none of those have to do with Young Living, and I know some of you right now are going, but what about the oils? Listen, if we don't do some of the basics, then our body, it doesn't matter what oil I slather on, if I don't start changing the light coming in, I'm still going to have problems. If I'm still leaning my head like this all day long because I'm looking at my phone all day with that tilt, I'm still going to have that stress. I'm still going to have that anxiety. I'm still going to feel fatigued because I'm carrying around an extra 50 pounds on a spine that was only designed to hold 10. So those little bibbits, those are going to help you. Of course, there's some oily stuff we're going to talk about and some nutrients we're going to talk about, but those ones, your circadian rhythm, is huge. I'm also going to say, before I move into the Young Living, is movement, getting exercise. Our body was designed and created to move, right? We were. So in the morning, they have done studies having people exercise at 7 in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and 7 o'clock at night. And they have found that out of all of those are good. They're all good cardiovascular. They're all good for your mental health, all those things. But the one that helps you to sleep the best, what time do you think it is? AM, noon, or PM? Put your answer. I'll tell you in a few minutes. AM, noon, or PM, which one showed the best sleep? So it increased sleep. We're going to talk about that because it's huge. We need to be moving. I don't care what kind of movement. I don't care if you're bouncing on a trampoline or you're walking. I just got where I'm finally doing really well on that treadmill, and I am loving how good I feel doing the treadmill. And then I make sure later in the day I go outside and I get a little bit of walk in. I'm not able to go quite as far outside yet. I am completely out of the wheelchair, so I'm excited about that. But I just, little bibbits. I always make sure every hour I get up and I do something. So when is the best time? The studies show us that waking up at 7, 8, doing that exercise rather, at 7 a.m. increased the amount of time that you stayed in bed and got into REM sleep. So you got deeper, healthier sleep by doing that 15 minutes. So this was not done on hours of exercise. This was 15 minutes of an aerobic type exercise done first thing in the morning. It showed the best results. The one that they did in the evening was the worst results. So if that's the only time you can fit it in, just know you're going to have to amp up some of the other stuff for sleep because you're missing some of those key components. So those were some of the things I wanted to make sure I told you, but I want to tell you some of the products that we have. They're going to help you get into that sleep state. And I'm actually going to start with the sleep portion, and then we're going to go to the energy portion. So some of the things, this right here is one of my favorites. This is our Sleep Essence. Our Sleep Essence is one of our oil capsules. So almost every capsule, every supplement that we have is a nutrient with oils in it. This one is one of our exclusive essential oil capsules. So it comes in a special capsule that breaks down in your small intestine so you get the most absorption. And in our Sleep Essence, you've got 3.2 milligrams of melatonin. So I'm going to tell you right now, that is a very bit of melatonin. It's just enough to tell your brain, oh yeah, it's time to calm down. Remember, it's that wakeful quietness. So it doesn't put you to sleep. Melatonin doesn't put you to sleep. It gets your brain in a state of calm. So it goes in and it tells the cortisol, we don't have to be stressed. We can calm down. All of those problems can be handled tomorrow. And then in addition to that bit of melatonin, this is lavender. This is rutabaga, our rue essential oil rather. This is rue and lavender. And in here are the oils that are in vetiver. These are the oils that are going to go in. They're going to quiet the brain, and they're going to help you get into that deep sleep so that you can sleep all night long. So when do you take this? Well, melatonin kicks out around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, right? So a good time to take this is a couple of hours before you're going to bed, when you're getting ready for sleep. And you can take one capsule. That would give you, I think it's like 1.5 milligrams, 1.6 milligrams of melatonin. Again, that's a bit. So there's different trains of thought. I'm not telling you to do this, that you can work with your body's immune system. Like there's clinics that literally do 50 milligrams of melatonin twice a day to really jumpstart an immune system. That's not what you need, but I just want you to know 1.6 is a bit. So this is what they look like, teeny tiny little babies, and it's phenomenal. It helps your body, your brain, all of it get into that ready to sleep. So this is a great one. If you know you need to work on your immune system too, we have one called ImmuPro. Our ImmuPro is filled with all of the immune fighting nutrients. It's a chewable. It's like a wolfberry flavored chewable capsule that you can do. It also has a bit of melatonin in there because melatonin does do amazing things for your immune system. So that's why it's in the ImmuPro. It's got the reishi mushrooms, all the different things that help your immune system, bam, and you take it right before bed, you get into that nice deep sleep. So if you're working on your immune system, or you know you've been around something and you just want to make sure you're strong, you can go for the ImmuPro, you can go for our Sleep Essence. We also have a powder that is for our kids called, oh my goodness, I can't remember what it is. Not Mighty Pro. It'll come to me in a minute, but it's a powder. I will put a link so you guys can find it. And in there, it has all these good nutrients that help the kids get into that sleep state. Not just kids, it helps all of us. It helps to increase our GABA, which is a neurotransmitter that helps to quiet that brain. It's got your serotonin, all these different pieces that are precursors so your brain, your kids, can get into that quiet place. If anybody can remember the name of that, just type that in there for me because I can't remember right now. Another big favorite is our CBDs. So everybody knows the potency of CBD and what it does for the brain, how many receptors we have all over our body, cannabinoid receptors for that calming, quiet, relaxing, lowers the stress, it lowers all of those different, the unwind, thank you, Donna. Unwind is the powder for our littles, for our kids that, again, adults can take as well. So that one's going to help them get to sleep. But our CBD, so this one right here is our CBD Beauty because this is the one that I use the most. I just literally take a dropper full and I take, I'll tell you my whole thing. I put cedarwood first. Cedarwood also quiets the mind. It's the one that stops that racing. I am a big list maker. I have thoughts that are go, 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 go. And so when I take my cedarwood, it's like a $15-$20 oil. When I take cedarwood, I just legitimately pour it in my hand, probably 15 drops. I spread it around and I put it everywhere, all over my face. It's a part of the aloe family, so it's amazing for wrinkles and just age spots, all those things. It's so loving to the skin and it smells amazing. Think of cedarwood chest, think of cedar wood. That's what this oil is, but it just quiets those thoughts. If you have a little one who in school is constantly all over the place and they can't just focus, cedarwood is a great one for them. I use it at nighttime because it helps me quiet so I can go to sleep. But I take my CBD, and you can do this with any of ours. We've also got cinnamon and peppermint, and I just put a whole dropper full in my hand. Right now I just did a couple, and I do the same thing. I spin that around, and this has got rose essential oil in there. Again, it's great. That CBD helps to quiet the thoughts. It smells so good. It quiets the thoughts so that you can get into that deep, beautiful sleep. And CBD, so historically speaking, so much out there for what it does for that occasional anxiety and stress that we get into when we're trying to do all the things. Blah, 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 blah. We got all this going on, right? CBD, and it shuts it down. So I partner my cedarwood and my rutabaga. This right here is my rutabaga. Rutabaga is another oil that we have. Phenomenal for getting into that sleep state. It is rue essential oil, valerian essential oil, and lavender. And they do that. They're quieting. They're calming. I will say this one, not a fan of the smell. The rutabaga, I don't like the smell, but I love what it does to my brain. It just lets it quiet. I have beautiful dreams, and it is the combination. I take my rutabaga, and then I put my cedarwood on, and then I top it all off with my CBD. And I am telling you, you guys, I put all that on, I lay down, and I am just out. That's like my trifecta. I've done this now for legitimately years. I think it's the reason why my skin looks so healthy. I've lost what am I at now? 95 pounds that I've lost since January. And I have my skin isn't all cray cray. And I think part of it is because the cedar wood, my CBD, and then of course the firming cream that I started like a month ago now. In love with, that's another class, but it's my routine. I just take care of me and it helps. Some other ones that are really loving when you are trying to get into that sleepy state is, okay, here we have Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher is amazing, especially if your little ones are waking up and they're having those dreams and they're having a hard time with that deep sleep and they're scared of things. Dreamcatcher is fantastic. You can rub it on their little feet, you can put it on their face, on their temples, on top of their head. You can put it in their diffuser when they're going to sleep. We also have for our littles Kid Scent Sleepy Eyes. So Sleepy Eyes is similar to our rutabaga. It has the rue in there. It has more lavender in there. It's a much more pleasant aroma. So your kids are going to love the aroma of this. But you can put it in their diffuser. We also have it in a roll-on. It's in my pocket. We have that exact one in a roll-on. So you can give it to your littles and they can roll it on themselves. They can roll it on the top of their head, on their temples. They can breathe it in. So then they can be empowered to take care of their own situation. So if they wake up and they're not quite ready for sleep, or you said it's time for bed, and get them in the habit of rolling on their own oils. I love our kids line. It is already in a ratio for our littles that we don't have to worry about them using too much. So I like that part of it. That is our kids scents that we have. And then of course we have lavender. Now I'm showing it to you, lavender in the purple, and I'm showing you our lavender in the white. And I do that because I want you to know the only difference between them is the color of the label. So the one that's in the white is one that we can tell you can eat. That is our Vitality. So if you're wanting that extra boost, lavender helps. You can rub it on the legs if your legs are always moving all night long and you get that going on, or you just need to take a little bit of stress out of the way, because these don't put you to sleep. They get you in that calm, centered place. That is lavender. And you can put the lavender Vitality under your tongue. You can take the lavender and you can put it on topically. If you own either one of these, do what you want when you're at home. The only difference is the color of the label. They are the same exact oil. And that's true for all of our Vitality line. The next one that I have for sleep, okay, I'm going to tell you this one first. This is our Peace and Calming. didn't have an open one. Is that crazy? I did not have an actual open Peace and Calming. It's not one that I have to use very often. Well, it's a roll-on that's going to stay in here because I can't get it open. But this is what our roll-ons come as. And it is a beautiful aroma. It smells like all the citruses lovingly put together. It's just a beautiful calming oil, and it brings that calm to the game. So you can use this when you're doing bath time with the kids and you're calming them down afterwards. This is a great one to get in that place. I also like I'm still trying to open it. I like getting the scent in the air, so putting it in the diffuser when you're getting ready for the quiet time so that it gets you in that calm, quiet place. Another good time for peace and calming is when everybody's getting out of school and getting out of work, and it's usually that chaotic time of your day. Put your diffuser filled with peace and calming ahead of time, because every single person is going to feel that chill. They're going to feel that calm going on, and that is our peace and calming. You can do the same thing with our stress away. Tranquil, that's another great one to use. But I'm going to also throw this one out there. When we think of sleep, this is not one that was our usual go-to. This is gratitude. Getting into a state of gratitude, because I think we're so worried over the world is coming to an end. This person was mean to me. What's happening to us financially? What's going to happen to the United States? What's happening in the world? And we freak out. But there's something that happens when we get into a place of gratitude, and we're talking about all of the amazing things that we do have. So taking a few minutes, I think this is a gift that you can give your kids in the mornings and before bed, having them list 3 or 4 or 10 or 15 things that they are grateful for. I'm grateful for my mom. I'm grateful for my backpack. I'm grateful for my friend. I'm grateful for my teacher. I'm grateful for, and then adults, we should be doing the same thing. When we are in a place of gratitude, it changes everything. I am so, first of all, it's a beautiful aroma. I'm going to throw that out there right now. Gratitude is a beautiful frequency. It's a great vibration. But I am so grateful for my family. I am so grateful for my grandkids. I am so grateful that I'm able to walk on the treadmill. I am so grateful I am no longer in a wheelchair. I am so grateful I don't have to wear oxygen anymore. I am so grateful. And getting into that place will overcome a lot of the fear that we have that's keeping us from getting into that centered sleep. And it's also robbing you. That I call them energy zappers. What are energy zappers? Why are we so tired and why do we not have energy? That's one of those energy zappers. I choose on my social media feeds, I don't watch all the negative. I don't keep up with all of the cray-cray. I don't let it be a part of my feed. If you're one of those that's going off on a tantrum right now, God love you, I'll just snooze you for a bit because I don't want that in my feed. I am looking for positive. I'm looking for high energy because I don't need those zappers. I am on a wellness journey right now and I don't need anything to zap any of my energy, right? So I'm looking for good stuff. So that's just something to think of. Those are energy zappers. And now I want to talk about things you can do to restore all of that energy that we are losing. And the first one I'm going to talk about, if you are brand new, listen, this right here, this is our Ninja Red. Our Ninja Red is our beautiful, amazing juice, and it does so many things. One of the things that it does is it helps to restore that energy, that focus, that clarity. It helps us to remember where we put the things, right? So you go on, you're like, where did I put the car? Ninja Red helps with that. It helps with your beautiful vision. It feeds your little eyes so you can see. But my friend, it increases the amount of sleep that you get in the evening. It's kind of like exercise in the morning helps with us to be able to sleep deeper. Ninja Red has been clinically proven that you're going to get more sleep. You're going to sleep longer. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is huge. And what is Ninja Red? What's in this beautiful juice? Say juice, I love my juice. Our juice is packed full of nutrients. It's all healthy fruits that are those superfoods that we always talk about. It's got your ninja wolfberry, it's got blueberries, it's got aronia berries, it's got all the things, like all the things, and it tastes delicious. If you already drink our juice, say I love it. Tell us how much you love it. If you've had something cool happen, post it in there so new people know that this one is the game changer. What you're going to do when you get yours is you're going to pour 2 ounces of this and you are going to drink it every single morning. You can give yourself another hit of it in the afternoon, but it is powerful and it's one that you're going to want to use constantly. And if you're grabbing it, if you decide, you know what, I want to get some, You're going to get it. We've got this great new kit that I love, and it comes with both. You're going to get the Ninja Red and our Nitro. Our Nitro on it says supports cognitive fitness. This little, this is all it is. It's just teeny tiny, and it is another juice, and you just pop the little thing off of it, and you suck it down, and you drink it, and this is going to turn those lights back on. This is that bazoom. You feel good, and it's not bazoom because you took an energy drink, and you're ready to go. No, this one is loving on those adrenals. It's loving and supporting on your body. It is full of so many nutrients, and it is packed full and convenient. So you can take this in the morning when you wake up, and then you can have one of these around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and you start getting that dip. A 3 o'clock dip is really normal, and this one is going to help you. So you can do all the things and get all of the things done. I'm just saying, who loves their Nitro? Who is already taking Nitro? Because this kit is our make a shift kit. You're getting both of these, and friends, this is right around $100. We've got a super coupon that we can give you, a promo code, so you can get 10% off. Make sure you shoot a message to whoever shared this video with you and say, I need the promo code for that juice kit Shannon was talking about, and they will help hook you up to get it. And then you can throw any of these other bibbits that you want. So you're like, I want to try that $20 cedar wood. You can throw that in there with your Ninja Red kit, because powerful. It's going to get you to sleep and then give you that energy in the morning so you can do all the things. The next one I want to talk about for that energy and focus, you guys, if you've been on for long, you've heard me. Oh, you can't see it. This is our Super B. I'm addicted to Super B. Like this one, to me, it goes like in the order of importance. It goes Ninja Red, then it goes Super B. For real. Super B, every single time you are stressed out, every time you are anxious, every time you have 1,000 things to do, your body uses up vitamin Bs. It uses them in the moment of stress. But we need vitamin Bs for every cognition, every neurotransmitter that you make. So those serotonins, the adrenalines, the GABA, all of those things your brain uses B as building blocks to create and make those. This one is all about cognitive function and getting our brain to function, and mood. So if you're like, I don't know why I'm so emotional, you probably need vitamin B. You're probably missing some of those little Bs because you're stressed out all the time, right? So vitamin B, powerful. 2 of these, and this is like a $20 bottle of hope. This is a $20 bottle of energy. This is one of those things that you will like so much that when you miss it, your kids, your spouse will go, did you take your vitamin B? Because you're being a bit of a bee, because it does so much for you. So if you haven't already started and you're not already playing with this one, get you some. You're gonna want your vitamin B. Another spot that you can get your vitamin B is our master formula. So this is our multi-nutrient. When we are talking about energy, it's having all the parts and pieces. It's having all of the things. And what happens when we're missing this vitamin or missing this vitamin, I call them puzzle pieces. So each puzzle piece, each nutrient does different things in the body. It throws information, picks up information. What I like about our master formula is this is like our multivitamin. It does also have all of those B vitamins in here, so you can get that extra in here, and it's just something you need. It has a ton of other stuff. I've got a whole video on master formula. If you go to ShannonHudsonYL.com, go under wellness videos, you can watch a video on the Super B, and you can watch a video on the master formula. But I warn you, they're deep and they're long, and I go over every single ingredient, so you have been warned. The next one that I'm going to say, because this is foundational, and you probably hear me talk about this all the time, this is our mineral essence. Mineral essence is 70 ionic minerals that your body has to have to function. These are those little bibbits, those little pieces of things that make things click and connect. It's so powerful. One of the, I talk about minerals all the time because they are just a base for you. And our mineral essence is going to help give you that energy. It's going to give you those little bibbits. It's not a cup of coffee that your body is craving. It's not. You're using the coffee as a crutch because you're missing bibbits. Mineral essence, master formula, Super B, those are some of the bibbits. Some of the specifics that I'm going to say is 2 different ones. Power Gize, this is more geared towards our guys, and Endogize, more geared towards our women. And this is overall hormonal TLC for male and female. These are going to give you that for the entire endocrine. I'm not going to go into that. I've got a hormone class that we are doing on Monday. So I'll go a little more in depth on them, but I just wanted to throw them out there because, again, getting our mojo, getting that energy and feeling that all day long, we should wake up in the morning ready to go. We should feel good about the day, do what we have to do, and then be able to lay down, go to sleep, and feel rested. These are that combo. Now, on those days when things are not going according to plan, I have a few oils for waking you up and getting your boost going. So I already talked about this one at the very beginning. This is that clarity. Clarity is the one that's going to take those cobwebs so you can get done. Literally clarity, it's in the name. We also have brain power. It's in the name. We have genius, which is for our kids. It's in the name. It just cleans it out and gets our brain popping. I want to remember the things, right? And these are all going to help you with that. So I have another clarity. That's how important I thought it was. I have another clarity. And I thought this was cool. Look how old this bottle is. I found this in the bottom of one of my suitcases. So I thought that was funny. So clarity has been a thing for me. I got 3 sitting right here. Clarity, you guys. It's great. The next one is our Endo Flex. This again, Endo Flex is about popping energy. Energy. These ones are all giving that TLC via the adrenals, nutmeg. They're all ones that help to support and give that love back to our adrenals so it's not so tired and overworked. All 3 of these are working. As a matter of fact, both of these have your nutmeg in there. So Energy and Endoflex have nutmeg in there because it's so powerful for what it does. And you can legit just take my Endoflex. What I do with it is I open it up, take a couple drops, and first, I put it right here in that third eye. Put it here. Put it on both of my temples. And then I deep breathe. We also have the energy in our Vitality line. So it's the white label. So you can just eat a couple drops underneath the tongue. And that energy, that burst that happens is powerful. That is the Endoflex that I'm talking about. The energy you would do the same thing with. Again, the energy you can partner with your clarity, and you can do that at 6 o'clock at night because you've got a whole list of studying to do or stuff for the kids or work you got to get done. You can do that and still take that cedarwood, take your root of Allah, take your CBD beauty boost, and you're going to be able to drift off to sleep, get into that deep sleep, and then repeat. You can also take your energy when you're getting ready to go do your workout. You know, I said I'm doing my treadmill, right? So I have my energy right there on the treadmill so that I get that energy. So it's tying that aroma to that burst of energy that we're supposed to have. The other one that we have is Awaken. It's in the name, right? It's in the name. So it's already in there. And then good old-fashioned peppermint. So you can take peppermint and lemon, put a couple drops of each in your hand, spin them around, and it is that woohoo. Now, I don't recommend, now I know some of you guys do, but I don't recommend the peppermint lavender probably after 7, 8 o'clock at night because it really does wake me up. I am ready to go for a run, go do something, go get that energy out. That is my peppermint and lemon together. If I want that aroma or that little bit of a burst, I will partner a little bit of lavender in there and maybe throw a little bit of root of Allah in there. So I get that burst without going woo woo, really excited. I think that is all that I had for today. I don't know how long I went. I wasn't looking at the clock. So, I don't know, it looks like we went like 38 minutes. So I went over by 8 minutes, but I did the best I can. So make sure if you're brand new, you get back with the person that sent this link to you, or if you found it on their Facebook page, get back with them. They're going to send you a promo code, a coupon code, so you can get 10% off of any of the stuff you decide you want to grab. Make sure you start with that Ninja Red, make a shift. I'm telling ya, it is powerful. You are going to fall in love. I will be back on next Saturday, and we are going to go over all the things that I have been doing to lose 95 pounds since January 1st. So I'm going to be sharing all those weight loss tips and tricks. And all right, you guys, God bless. We will see you on the next whatever.